Hello everyone, this is once again Hunter aka the ultra-amerian TTRPGer, and welcome back to another session of Memory of Metal and Dust, my Barrows of Borderlands solo game that I've been doing. This is now, I believe, session 3, which has been a little overdue. Where we last left off, AFRO was going to discover the aggressive frontline robotic operative, which is the robot Mecha Ronin in this game. He was going to as a force try to find this Dinoco cult that he may have gotten some memories about. But in the process of getting there, he came across some mantid aliens, which unfortunately took him out. But the mantids apparently were working for Dinoco, took him back to the cult, where the man himself, I think it was Arthur Black. I have to look up his name now because I forgot what his name was. Give me a second. I believe his name was... Yeah, it was Arthur Black, that's right. AKA the man upstairs. Was like leading his group in like a sermon. And they took AFRO to their secret underground facility and completely repaired him and made him better. So AFRO is now a level 5 Mecha Ronin. So that way we make sure that he doesn't get his ass handed to him again, like he did with the Mantids. Maybe this will give him a little more oomph when it comes to a lot of stuff. And he's also waterproof, which I decided to go that route as well. So if he gets in the water, it's not going to affect him in any way. And we last left off with AFRO waking up 2 weeks after being fully repaired, because with how much he was in the negative, it took him at least it was a 2-week doing 1-to-1 time. And AFRO wakes up and he's looking around, figuring out what the heck happened, when Arthur Black walks into the room. He's wearing like a nice black tuxedo outfit. Picture like Dr. Doom if he was wearing a tuxedo and his cape was red instead of green. That's basically what this version of Arthur Black, or the man upstairs, looks like. And Arthur Black was like, we have a lot to talk about. And so we cut back to AFRO and Arthur just kind of like in this deadlock stare against each other. And I think even though AFRO's his hands gripped onto his katana, which is by his side, for some reason he can't find himself to be able to grab it to pull it out. Because there's something about Arthur Black that is just throwing him off so much. But the man upstairs himself says, you can't grab your katana, can you? Yes, it's hard to go against the orders of your master when they are given to you. And AFRO's just kind of looking at him a little, at least as dumbfounded as a robot could have an expression of on his face. And AFRO just looks at him and he's just like, what am I? And Arthur just kind of raises his hand and he's just like, all questions will be answered in good time. But first off, we did something for you. Now you must go do something for us. Out towards the edge of the forest, there is a cavern that many of my employees have gone into, but have not been able to come out from. There is supposed to be something in there that has of great value to me, and I wish for you to go get it. Do you think this will be a problem? And AFRO, I think, is just kind of standing there, and he's kind of looking, just again, it's that deadlock between the two. And he's just like, I don't think that will be a problem. It's like, good. It's not like you would have much of a choice anyways. It's like, as long as you are doing what we say, and Arthur Black holds up basically a little switch in his hand, and it's just like, then I won't have to worry about using this on you. Do we have an understandment? And AFRO just again is just like, yes, we do. And so that was the way the 1-to-1 time works again. This happened back on August 14th, which was, I forget the day, it was at the top of my head at the time. So we see the next week plus AFRO just kind of getting used and adjusted to his body, the Dinoco employees fine-tuning him to make sure everything is perfectly fine. Grabbing a drink. And on this day, the day of the ape, in the month of the month, the year 1638. AFRO will make his way out towards the edge of the forest to go to this cavern. Now, there is only a single hex that he has to go through before he gets to the edge, because this is just a cavern I'm making up for this. It's not actually anywhere on the map, so that's why I decided to put it on the edge of the map. So that way, it's not like in the way of anything. But AFRO still has to go through a hex. So we're going to see if we still get an encounter, and I believe forest encounters. Yep, woods encounters on a 5 or a 6. And I rolled a 2. So we are lucky and get no encounters going through this hex. And as we go from this other hex, and I don't have the map up on my screen currently because we're basically going to be doing kind of a dungeon exploration session today, or maybe at least start one today. I don't know if we'll get it done or not. And then 2, when I was trying to record with this thing on, for some reason, if my internet system is up, it likes to mess with the OBS camera, and it'll affect like how my camera frame rate is and all that stuff. So that's why I'm trying to. That's why I didn't have the map up at the time. I do kind of have it like up on my phone here, off to the side. I may end up start doing that. Is I may not actually have the map on the screen. I'll just have it on here on my phone, and then I can just control how everything goes, so that way I can make sure I write down where I'm going through and all that. And as we approach this edge of the map here, AFRO sees, like, how would I describe it? It's like a mound that's risen up from the ground, and you see this opening that leads down, like almost underneath the ground. And we are going to go into this cave. Now Matthew did create a whole dungeon exploration thing in the Radioactive Boogaloo supplement, the first one. There is a Toogaloo now, as it's called, out as well, available for free download. But we're not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to be using. Let me get to it really quick here. It is a game called One Shot in the Dark, and it's presented by, and it was made by the creator of the Tale of the Manticore podcast, which is a solo. Basically, I think it's a weird combination of basic D&D mixed with some OSC style stuff, but he also does some homebrew stuff here and there to just make it match with his world and all that. But it's a podcast I have been listening to for a while. It's really good, and he made this game which it's kind of like the I think it's Polymorph, which is a game system made by 9th Level Games, where it's like your class, you just have one die that you roll for everything. This uses that system where you have like a die size that you roll for your class for everything, just about. But we're not actually playing this game. We are using the dungeon kind of generation aspect of this game, which involves playing cards. And so, hold on, let me shuffle these up here really quick. I'm trying not to show the camera. I'm trying to show them shuffling them, but I don't want to show the cards off at the camera. And this one has this version, you have 3 levels that you will go through, starting with the cavern level. And we will go ahead, let me pull that up, and we will go ahead and see what room we walk into first. As we walk down into this cavern, we get, for the first card, a 7 of Hearts, which is a treasure room. So immediately you walk into this cavern and it's a treasure room with another exit on the other side of it. Now let me see here. It says there's a trapped chest in this room. Now, I wonder, I need to roll up to see how traps work in this game. Because I'm trying to figure out what kind of trap this would be. I don't even know if there's even traps listed in this. It does not look like there is any traps listed in this thing at all. I apologize, everyone. I'm just trying to flip through really quick, see if there's traps listed in here at all. Okay, yeah, I'm not seeing anything right off the bat for traps, so we're gonna kind of make do with this really quick. So I will roll a d6, and only on a 1 will AFRO be able to recognize that this is trapped, that this chest is trapped. A 5, so he does not know it's trapped. So he immediately goes to open the chest. And I think we'll go ahead and follow this, so I will make instead for AFRO, I'll make a device saving throw for him. So I have to get a 14 or higher for this. And if he's able to avoid the trap as he opens his chest, he won't take any damage. But if he does, he'll take its 1d4 damage is set on the thing. Alright, and I succeed. So AFRO is able to just slowly open. It's like and then he hears the click, and he's able to kind of move out of the way as like a spike from the ceiling jots down, like right where he was standing before. And he has avoided the trap. And then it says on here, when it comes to that trap, here, let me increase the size of this a little bit. In either case, I draw loot, which is a... Let's see what actually this does. I'm curious what kind of loot I would get from this. Which I have to use the club cards, which I have over here off to the side, so I will mix those up, shuffle. Then I will draw one from the clubs deck, and I will see what loot that gives me. Alright, I have the 8 of clubs, which gives me Potion of Cure Disease. Okay, I'm fine with that, so I will put that aside somewhere. And I will type down that AFRO now has a Potion of Cure Disease in his deal. Okay, and that is the first room. So we are going to continue now as he goes through the exit that was across the way into the next room. This is a 4 of diamonds, and a 4 of diamonds gives us Slender Twisting Tunnel. With a again, it's another exit, so it's basically, it goes right into a slender twisting tunnel. So AFRO has to just, well, actually with his new frame, which is somehow also seems to be slender than before, AFRO is able to kind of like squeeze his way through, kind of having to hold his sword up so that way it doesn't catch on anything, it doesn't get him stuck. And he's just squeezing through. And then he'll pop out into the next room, which is a 5 of diamonds, which is a creature lair or dwelling. So he pops out into this large lair room, and he sees there's like 2 doors like across the way. One on the left. Well, yeah, like one on the left. We'll say like, yeah, one across the room, one on the left side, one on the right side, but there is something in this room. Let us do the... I believe they have some, yeah, we'll roll on the Barrows of Borderlands, a monster table. To see what is in this room. I need a D12. I'll get you out of the way. A 10. So in this room we have... Oh, okay, a Velociraptor. Now we have to figure out how many Velociraptors. Let me pull up the Velociraptor in this book. Oh, that's in dinosaurs, which is D. Okay, roll a D6. There are 3 Velociraptors in this room. And let's see, am I able to surprise them? I believe it's usually on a 1. I'm able to surprise them. Or did they say 1 or 2? I believe it's a 1 or 2. I'm able to surprise them. No, I do not surprise them at all. So I see the Velociraptors see me, and then we will begin combat. And I'm trying to make sure I have all my stuff up here ready to go. So, right, so the green will be, hold on, try to get that light down a little bit. I thought it was going to be, that one's almost too bright because of that green. Oh, no, you can kind of see if I put a shadow over it. We'll figure it out. So the green will be me, and the black will be the Velociraptors. We roll for initiative. Okay, with me on a 5, the Velociraptors on a 3, AFRO gets to go first. So AFRO, with both hands on his katana, with Poldronga's katana, wielding with both hands, will charge forward and try to land 2 attacks on one of the Velociraptors, trying to go in strong here. So I need to roll 2 dice. I need another D20 here. There you are. And I get plus, if I read that correctly, I get, yes, plus 2 on this attack. And then if I hit, it's plus 3 to the damage. Alright. That's a total of 12 and 10. Velociraptors are, what is their AC? They're armor class 6. Okay, so I would have needed to get 9 or higher. So I do hit this. I do hit one Velociraptor with both of these attacks. Hold on, I need to figure out what they're. Oh no, that's dragon. Okay, and then hit dice, hit dice. I need to roll their hit dice. I forgot about that. Alright, so let me roll up what this Velociraptor is first. This Velociraptor, rolling 2d6, because it says they're 2 hit die. So this Velociraptor I hit for has a total of 11 health. Alright, but that was 2 hits I landed, so now I need to roll. Since it's 2-handed, it's this will be 2d10 plus a total of, yeah, plus 6. So more likely I will take this one out. Oh no, that's the wrong die. That's a 10 for 13. You know what I think I'm going to do is, since that first hit is going to take out that first one, because that's a 13 total with this one, so immediately with one slice, I like slice off the head. AFRO slices off the head of one of the Velociraptors. Let's roll for the other one's HP and see what that is. 2d6. Only 2. Okay. So with that second attack, because that's an 8 plus 3, that's an 11 total. And this one only had 2 HP. So yeah, AFRO immediately swings in and just shing slices the head off one, then moves and shing slices off the head of the other. And they both fall. Now let's roll the hit points for this last one. 8, okay. And then this Velociraptor, let me see, they have a THAC0 of 18. And AFRO is currently armor class 3. Okay, so yeah, I know how this works. Okay, so now I need to roll for... Oh, this one gets 2 attacks. And they'll both be 2d6 as they hit. So... yeah, so I need to get like at least a 15 or higher on these 2 die rolls in order for the Velociraptor to hit. Okay, so that's a miss, but there is a hit right there with that 17. So it's able to kind of claw at it with like one of its claws for a total of 6 points of damage. Okay, so that brings me from 28 down to 22. Using my little HP tracker here for my robot. Alright, then we'll use the die. Again, green is me, black is a Velociraptor. We roll for initiative again. Okay, 6 for me, 5 for the Velociraptor, so AFRO is going to get to go again. So I think he's going to try 2 attacks again as... okay, that is a 8 and an 18. So the 8 will miss. Wait. Yeah, the 8 will miss, but the 18 will hit. So rolling a d10 plus 3 because I get plus 3 on damage with my strength score being with an 18. Oh man, that's only a 1, so I only take away like half its chunk of damage. So it's down to 4 HP. Okay, and then the Raptor is going to get 2 attacks on me again, this final one. I believe those will... yep, those will both miss. So AFRO was able to dodge out of this Raptor's attacks. Alright, rolling initiative again. I got the highest with, once again, a 6. So AFRO going again with 2 attacks. The 5 will miss, but the 13 will hit. So again, 1d10 plus 3. And with that hit, he slices off he's able to slice off the head of the third and final Velociraptor, killing it. All right. So I need to write this stuff down. That. So I need to write down all this stuff really quick so I make sure I have this notes, because I have to do a little solo log later after this is done. So room 1 was a treasure room with a trap chest. Okay, then room 2 was just a slender twisting tunnel. Then room 3, which was the room that we are currently in now, was the was the creature lair with 3 velociraptors. Which I properly dispatched. Okay. And now we get to move on to the next room here. 10 of Hearts. Let me see here. So as I approach the exit, let's say, let me roll a d6. 1 to 3, I go to the left. 4, 5, 6, I go to the right. So as I'm approaching the left door, a 10 is a trap. But first, do I see if there's a trap? Only on a 1 will I be able to recognize if there's a trap. I do not recognize that there's a trap. So I guess I will now make a device save to see if I can avoid, as I activate the trap, I will make a device save to see if I can avoid being damaged by it. So I don't have any pluses, I got a 14 or higher. Nope, on a 12. I think from the, I think it's like one of those things where it's like it's a lock trap where it swings down, it baps me right in the chest and sends me flying backwards. But of course, I will follow the rules of this, and it says I only take, if I can hit the right things here, 1d4 damage. Okay, so let me get a d4 out, and I will roll that. D4s are always the hardest to find out of my bag, my little dice bag here. There you are, there's a d4. 4 points of damage. Oof. So that brings me down to 18 now. Okay, I lost. Yeah, because the last I took 6 points from that Ronin attack, from that Velociraptor attack. That's right. Okay, so we will go ahead and see. I think I will continue going left after that trap activates. 3 of Hearts. So I walk down this little corridor and I enter. It's a cave of bats. And it says there are thousands of the harmless little buggers in here. It doesn't say I have to fight them or anything, but it does show there's now, there's probably like it opens up to like, it's like door on my left, door on my right, and then another doorway in the middle. So let's figure out which way I go next. 1 to 2 will be left, 3 to 4 will be will be straight, 5, 6 will be right. 1, so I go through the left door. Oh, I need to write down room 4 that I go to was Cave of Bats. But now this is room 5, if I recall correctly. Yes. This is a jack. So the jack of hearts brings me into it's a beautiful natural sanctuary. Hold on, I'm just writing this down really quick here. Beautiful natural sanctuary. And it says it also has 2 other exits out of this room besides the doorway that I walked through. But it says I could stay and rest. So as AFRO just kind of sits there and he's taking in kind of like the beauty and serenity of the place, he rests. And this will heal him 2 hit points. Because as a robot, he is able to self-repair for 2 hit points instead of the usual 1. So he goes from 18 to 20. And I'm going to say he's going to be here for a few hours. That would be enough for him to be able to have that rest. And then after a while, let me see. Okay, so exit number 1, 1 to 3. Exit number 2, 4 to 5, 4 to 6. Okay, so as we go through exit number 2 from this beautiful natural sanctuary, a King of Hearts is what we drew. And that gives us, let me see here, King of Hearts into a prison. Interesting. Now it says there is another exit from this prison, so you walk into this. It's like very much like a cavernous prison from Skyrim, where it's like the doors, like the iron bars, are built into like the stone of the cavern. Now it says there may or may not be a prison here. I think I will leave that up to chance. So we will say again 1 to 3. There is not a prisoner. 4 to 6. There is. Okay, so there is a prisoner in this cavern area. I'm going to pull up the... trying to find the right book here. We are going to see... I'm going to say he's a man, more than likely. He's a main prisoner. Oh, here we go. This might be something typical, I would say. So let us roll a d12 and let us see what we get. So that was a 6. The 6 gives me a berserker. Now let me look up berserker in this, because I don't think I've done anything with... I've encountered berserkers in this game before. That's a bear. Let me get another drink here. Okay, so... berserker. Okay, so these guys have it's only 1 hit die. Berserkers, warriors driven to mass by battle lust. Now the question is, does AFRO free this berserker? Is this this is gonna be a yes or no thing. So 1 to 3 yes, no. 1 to 3 no. 4 to 6 yes. Okay, so AFRO is going to choose to free this berserker. So let me see here. Actually, if he's locked, let me look here really quick if it tells me anything about the locks. Well, it just says rescue prisoner. So oh, dang it, I did that again. I didn't mean to. So AFRO is able to just kind of like take the bars with the strength of the team and just bend them open for the berserker to get through. Does the berserker attack AFRO? Oh, he does not. So I think I'm curious if now does the berserker think he wants to accompany AFRO? No, he does not. So as soon as AFRO pulls those bars apart, the berserker runs out of there. doesn't even bother to stay or say thank you or anything. He just runs. So I will write that there was a berserker in that room. And then we get to go on to the next room. This is a 2 of hearts. So we come out. So we go from walking down the hallway a little bit to it's a T-junction tunnel. Okay, so let's think here. Did I hear something? I don't know if I did or not. So, taking my d6 again. 1 to 3 left. 1 to 3 left. 4 to 6 right. Right, so we go left and 8 of hearts now. I am drawing every card in this deck, it feels like. So we go left, and the 8 of heart brings me into a huge cavern. It has 3 exits. Those are chunky stalactites, but there is a monster in here. So let us roll with radioactive boogaloos D12 to see what we get. 4. So the 4 gives us giant rats. Okay, let's get the giant rat stat block here. If I can find giant. That's giants. Frost giants, cloud giants. Maybe it's under rats, actually. Here we go. Yep. Giant rats, giants. Okay. Huh. Hit dice is half. But there's only... Where's the encounter? Holy crap. There's 5 to 50, it says. So I need to roll a d10 and times it by 5. So there are 10 giant rats in this room. And I'm not, it's like oof. It says their hit die is half, so that basically means it's like if it's d6 it's just 1d, it's just 1d3 then at that point. So hold on, I'm going. Okay, I guess I'm gonna do a few dice rolls here. See, well, should I just roll 1? I think it might be just easier if I just roll 1 for 10 of them, since it's such a huge group. So we'll see. Okay, so they all have 10 rats with 2 hit points each, with 10 rats with 2 hit points apiece. So, I need to save that really quick. So, do I surprise the rats? Only on 1 or 2. I do not. So, we now get to go into combat against 10 giant rats. Wow. Okay, so I am looking, their Thaco's only 19. Okay. So basically, yeah, they're gonna have to roll pretty high. They only each do 1 attack. Now it does say each bite carries a 5% chance of plague, but here's the thing, I'm a robot. I would not be susceptible to something like a plague. So these rats can bite at me all they want. They're not gonna do anything. Alright, so we're going to do initiative first. Yeah, I'm the green, so... Oh, they got 4 on the die, so they get to go first. So I actually want a few more dice. So... Yeah, we'll do 3 at a time. And so AFRO is a 3, so on a 19, they have to get at least a 16 or higher then. Okay, so only 1 will hit me, because that. So of the first 3, only 1's going to hit me, because that's a 17 on the die. So again, it's only a D3, so I can just roll D6, divide by 2. Okay, so I take 2 damage from 1 bite, so I'm back down to 18. Okay, 3 more attacks. Again, only another 1 hit, because for the 19 on the die. Dealing 1 point of damage only. Okay, and then I'll just get 1 more D20 out of here, and we'll roll the final 4 together. Because that was 6 so far, so the final 4. Oh wow, none of the final 4 hit. Okay. So now AFRO is going to make his 2 attacks. And let me see, these rats are armor class 7. So I only have to get a 8 or higher. And yeah, those are definitely going to hit. And so then I roll for the hits, and I'm probably going to take out 2 rats. Yep. So AFRO is immediately just able to slice 2 rats in half, putting me down to 8 giant rats left. Alright, re-roll for initiative. Okay, I'm the green, enemy is black, so I get to go first. Alright, so rolling my 2 attacks. I lost a die. I'll pick it up later. Rolling my 2 attacks. And again, I need to get... I keep forgetting what their AC was. Their AC 7, so I need to get 8 or higher. That again with +2, that's an 8 and a 13, so that's 2 more hits. So roll my D10s, because I'm two-handing this katana. Because again, even with a +3 on that 1, that is still enough to take out Shing Shing, 2 more sliced in half rats. So I'm down from now 8 to 6. I need to get another D20 out since I lost 1. So I can roll... Oh wait, no, there's only 6 left. I can do 3 at a time. So because it's now the rat's turn. So the first 3. And again, because I'm armor class 3 for my mecha run, and they have to get a 16 or higher. Oh crap. 2 miss, but that's a nat 20. So on a nat 20, let me get this in here. If a monster or certain classes get a nat 20, there is a table in here that they have to roll, in which they can easily deal more damage. So for that, I have to roll a d6 and see what they get. Okay, so on a 5, it's twice the amount of dice damage. So this 1 rat of the first 3 will deal 2d6 damage to me. Well, it's 2d3 technically. So 3 points of damage to me on that. Woof. Alright, so that brings me down from 17 to 14. Okay. So that's that. And now the final 3 rats. That's 1 hit there, because that's a 16 on the die. Only 1 point of damage, though, from that bite. So I'm down to 13. Okay. But now it's initiative time again. Let's see who goes first. Okay, a 1 loses to my 4, so that means AFRO's going first again. Rolling my d20s, looking, 8 or higher. That makes it 8 on the die, and then a 13, so that's 2 more hits. 2 d10s. Yep, that makes it 5 points for 2 more dead rats, bringing it down from 6 to 4. So I need... Now I'm going to get the other d20 out so I can just roll all 4 at the same time. Here we go. The final 4 rats make their move. And they all needed a 16 or higher, and only one got it. Down that one got it. So that is only a D3, so D6 divided by 2. That will be 2 points of damage there. So I'm down to 11. Oof. AFRO is not looking too good right now. Okay, but now it's initiative time again. Oh no! I lost the initiative that time, so now the rats get to go first. So all four of them. Okay, one does hit on a 19. Oof. 2 more points. Eee! Down to 9. Okay, but now it's my turn, so with my 2 attacks. Yeah, with a 18 and a 14, those are 2 more hits. And 2 more dead rats with that amount of damage. Okay, so there's only 2 giant rats left. So let's do initiative. Oh no! There's 6 beats by 4. The rats get to go first. So only 2 rats left. Oh no, 1 miss, but a nat 20 once again from one of them. Okay, gotta roll a d6 and see. Oh shit. On a 6, I believe that is... Hold on, I'm trying to look. I believe on a 6, that's triple dice damage, if I recall correctly. I'm trying to get there really quick. I thought there was combat listed in here somewhere. I think I may have passed it. Yep, that's triple the dice damage. So I have to roll 3d6 or 3d3. Oh, that missed one. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 4 points of damage total. Whoo-wee! Down to 5 hit points. Wait, was I at 8 or was I at 9? I think I was at 9. That brings me down to 5. Alright, but then it's now my turn again. My 2 attacks to try to take out these 2 rats. Yeah, those will both hit. And... oh. One of it. The other one fell over here. Yep. And with 2 more dead rats. So now with, they're just bodies of just chopped in half dead rats all over in the place. And AFRO is not looking so hot himself. He is like, his parts of himself have been like chewed up. There's like some wires maybe sticking out, some sparks. He only has 5 hit points left. But we're going to keep on moving, and we're going to see what happens. As I draw the next card. 9 of Hearts. What does that bring me to? Hold on. Huge cavern. Okay, so I need to roll left, middle, right. Going down the middle to the other driveway, and the 9 of Hearts gives me a creature sleeping quarters. Oh no, this is not going to be good at all. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm just writing this down really quick. Quarters. Okay, so Let's see what the monster is that's in this room. D12. 6. Giant spiders. Man, this is just my luck today, isn't it? I dropped my pen off to grab another one, dang it. Giant spiders, here we go. Oh, okay, so that's not horrible. Ah. Oh no, that wasn't my pen, it was my HP thing. Need that still. Alright, so I need a D8 now to roll how many spiders are in this room. Crap, 5 giant spiders. But apparently they're all asleep, so I'm going to say this is going to be a dexterity roll to see if I can make it through this. Because let me see, creature sleeping quarters, 2 more exits across the way. We'll say they're just doors right next to each other leading to different hallways. So I need to get under an 18. And I do. On a 16, AFRO is able to just sneak his way through the giant spiders and not wake them up. Whew, that's good. Alright. Left to right. We go left. And I drew, for the next card, next room, the Queen of Hearts. How am I drawing every stinking card in this deck? It's driving me nuts. It's a Shrieker Mushroom Cave. Oh no. Alright, so I have to we'll have to do another dexterity roll, see if I'm able to sneak through here. And I do with ease. So I'm able to not bother the mushrooms to cause them all to go off and shriek. And 1 exit. And we finally have it. The Ace of Hearts. Which is the stairs to the next fucking level. Okay, so, whew. Alright, so, so see, that's just the first level, which is the cavern level of this game. And wow, there was only 1 card left in this deck. So I about drew every single heart cards for this first level. So that means the next time, because I think we're going to probably call it there, I'm probably going to come back to this maybe later this week to do the next level or so, depending on how everything goes. But yeah, that's the first level, and then the 6 of the caverns, so get to go through that. I killed 3 velociraptors and 10 giant rats. So I need to mark down what the HP is for those really quick. So the velociraptors. Velociraptors XP, so they're at 35 each. Hold on, I'm just writing this down. And then the giant rats, which are back this way. We're only 5 XP, but there's 10 of them, so that's still not bad. And then I get 5 XP for going through that 1 hex. So this will be a, where did I put, there's the calculator down underneath here. So 35 times 3 plus 5 times 10 plus 5. So that's 160, but if I recall correctly, I do get, I believe I do get a 10% bonus. So 160 times. So I get an extra, so I get 176 experience points from this so far. So this will bring me up to 18,177. And I have a push and cure disease as well on top of that. Okay. Oh, buddy. Man, and AFRO only has 5 HP left, so this will be interesting to see how this goes. But I think I'm going to call it there for this, for at least this session. So as AFRO goes down to the next level of this kind of dungeon exploration we're doing here, we'll see if he makes it through. Tune in next time on Memory of Metal and Dust.